is a concept car? Well, who better to tell us than the internet itself, huh? A concept car is a prototype vehicle that showcases new automotive technology or designs. Well, that seems like a pretty straightforward concept, doesn't it? Thank you, Google AI. So what are some of the all-around coolest concept cars to me? And there have been many of them, believe me, so let's get right into this thing. But before we get into that, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel grow so much you don't really get it. For my fellow sweaty, smelly Gran Turismo fans, this one might be a treat for you guys. If anyone has played the past two iterations of the Gran Turismo franchise, you may be a little bit familiar with the RX Vision. A vehicle which was unveiled at the 2017 Tokyo Motor Show, the car was a sign of the things to come for Mazda. Using many of the design elements that we see now and stuff like Mazda 3, those are some of the best designs, especially for the Mazda 3. The car was envisioned to sport a rotary engine, which was a pretty big deal at the time. Mazda even said that this was a sign of what was to come for the brand. But Mazda hasn't made a rotary engine yet, so I guess it might happen soon, but who knows. Okay, sir, so people are saying that they want another Mazda rotary car. Why? They sound bad, they're a nightmare to maintain, they didn't sell well, and are overall pieces of garbage. Because the internet has nostalgia. Get out of my office. So there are a lot of haters who bash on Cadillac in the mid-2000s, and especially on their coupes, which I don't get, which, to be honest, don't look all that bad. But in 2002, Cadillac would showcase a brand new two-door supercar, the Cadillac CN. Made as a celebration for the 100 years of Cadillac goodness, the car was, to put it simple, amazing. A mid-engine supercar which had a 7.5-liter V12 that made 750 horsepower. And I don't think people understand how insane that is, especially in 2002. Of course, they only ever made one of these cars, as there was no way in God's green earth that they could make this thing work realistically. It did boast an entirely carbon composite construction and air vents that opened and closed to help in cooling for high-speed chases. These are all features that are very common on nearly every single supercar under the sun today. Rest in peace, CN, you are going to be missed. So we've been looking at our competitors, sir, and we are starting to worry that we don't really have a presence in the sports car world or supercar world at all. Well, of course not. We make cars for grandmas who go to pick up microwavable steak dinners, not sports car fans. But what if we did, sir? Imagine this. Open your mind. We have all sorts of features that would change the auto industry really forever, sir. And there are many signs that we could really compete with the Ford GT in a really big way. Well, seeing that young drivers are what drive the car market these days. See what I did there? Very funny, sir. Thanks, son. But anyway, competing with the Ford GT is something that we've been trying to do for decades, and when I mean decades, I mean decades. And the car looks amazing, so no. I agree, sir. Let's get started. What? It's not often the car makers skip out on free money, but Stellantis is not your average car maker. Oh no, my friend. They love to burn free money. The Jeep J6 is a single cab Gladiator, which is such a genius concept, and it looks so much better than the regular Gladiator. Like, miles. Rock crawlers would have eaten this thing up. It also has a pretty powerful Pentastar V6, which is a very capable engine, mind you, which would have been a lot cooler if it had a Hemi, but oh well, what can you do? For some inexplicable reason, Jeep said nah, and kept the four-door Gladiator, which is truly baffling. Now, I think the hate for the four-door Gladiator is a little bit forced at times. It could definitely look better. And I mean, the J6 looks like a monster truck, so I mean, it even has retro badging all over. I mean, what the hell, Stellantis? I am so glad that you guys are lapsing. Okay, sir, so you don't like the other ones, okay? We're not going to go with those, but I think we might have the best one to date, okay? Hear me out. Hit me with it. A single cab Jeep truck. This is amazing. Thank you, sir. We figured who wouldn't want this thing? You're very right, son. It's the perfect Jeep. So when should we get to building this thing, huh? Oh. What? We aren't making this. So why aren't we? I know you guys know that I'm not the biggest BMW guy. But there were cooking with some of these concept pieces in the 2000s, like the M1. And what is so funny to me about this car is that it essentially is an i8 with Mazda headlights, which is pretty funny. But anyway, this thing is one of the coolest looking concept cars ever to me. I mean, it has the futuristic retro design that the Hyundai Vision has. I mean, just look at those wheels. Someone go get me a new pair of pants after that stat. Now that I'm looking at it, the M1 Homage almost looks like the Jaguar XJ220 in the oddest way. I mean, maybe it was intentional, but who knows. Powered by the same 5.0 V10 that was in the E60 M5, this thing was going to be a beast. An unreliable beast, but you understand what I'm saying. The Homage was actually almost brought into production as well, but to be honest, it looks like they took design cues from the M1 and decided to go ahead and make the i8 with it, which is pretty lame. Like the lamest car I've ever seen. Sorry, I shouldn't be talking about BMW like that. In my opinion, this is the single best concept car ever made, ever. I remember where I was when this car was unveiled. I don't know what happened, but Hyundai decided to start making the coolest looking cars in the industry out of nowhere. I mean, good grief. The Elantra N.
I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
Anyway, the N Vision. What really stings about this one is that it was really nearly made. I mean, so close to being put in our hands. Hyundai put this piece of art out in 2022 and set the internet ablaze. Just the aura of this car alone is enough to make me sick, even if it's EV. Man, I don't even care. Look at it. This thing would nearly reach 700 horsepower. Can you imagine if this car actually came out? I really do think if EV sports cars looked like this, then they would be a lot more accepted in the car culture today. Look at the time. I gotta go. But really quick, thank you so much for watching my videos. If y'all like the videos, make sure to subscribe. If y'all like the content, let me know your thoughts below. Besides that, I hope you guys have a blessed day and stay safe out there. I stand by what I said about BMW. The i8 is very lame. Peace.